They better start Shedeur as soon as possible. He the best quarterback on your team, and because of what's taking place in your division, I know it's not Shedeur's rookie year, it's his sophomore year because he didn't start the whole year. I'm gonna still treat Partis like a freshman year. You get to go in with a somewhat freshman quarterback, new head coach, new system, OC, and you can actually make the playoffs this year. But that means putting your best foot forward starting week 1 because you ain't got a lot of house money. So you want your best. Who they start off with against Jacksonville, I think. They go down. So you want to start off with your best, get you as many wins possible. You just look at last season, the way it went, as we said on the morning run, had he started just 3 or 4 games sooner, they make the playoffs. And so that division is still not caught up in strength. Aaron Rodgers is officially coming back one more year with the Steelers. That's been announced. You got a great opportunity in Cleveland Browns in that division to make some noise and make the playoffs.
Damn right. As you said, start him early, dog. Give him a chance or give him the opportunity. I think he's going to grab him by the neck and say, this is my opportunity. No choice. Forget about that. The money with Deshaun, you've been eating it this long.
And there's let me see this comment saying that Watson is better. I haven't seen that. When Watson ain't played, what, in 2 seasons?
And the 3 for real.
Yeah, like I don't know that. I know who I have seen play.
You know what? I saw former Browns great Josh Cribbs say in the state of Ohio, and he said, man, the Cleveland Browns and the fans want to see Shedeur. They want Shedeur out there, But then he came back and said, it's still a business, though, at the end of the day. And they're paying this man all this money. At some point, as Uncle Neely said on this show, they want to try to get a return on that, But they are in a unique situation with being Shedeur Sanders is generating so much money, so much income. Did that not offset that a little bit?
I'm telling you this, man, because you're right, it is a business, and I stood on and will continue to stand on that. 1, the Browns put themselves in this situation, but 2, you have to give Watson somewhat a chance, if nothing else, to make him attractive to somebody else to come get. So I expect to see a lot of Watson in these preseason games. Having said that, fans matter. Fans buy merchandise. Fans buy tickets. Fans stream. Fans give you clicks on your websites. Fans absolutely matter. And I will say this: I would rather lose week 1 with Shedeur as my quarterback than lose week 1 as Watson as my quarterback.
What would that mean if you name Deshaun Watson as the starter and he loses?
It's a riot. Like they booing, they burning jerseys, they ain't buying hot dogs or glizzies as we call them. They ain't coming to games. They're not clicking on websites as much, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Shedeur gives you, man, this gravitas, this charisma that the fans want it to happen, want it to be successful, and they all in on it. I would go with him.
Excuse me. If they mess around and like you said, make the Cleveland decision and start Deshaun, and let's say he loses and doesn't play well at all. In other words, the team plays well enough, defense plays well enough to win, but there's still that drop off at the quarterback position, right? If they do that, they'll always be in a position to turn to Shedeur and say, give him the reins and feel good that they given Deshaun an opportunity to, prove his worth or not. Yeah, but you're saying, I think, why even do that when
I say do that in the preseason.
Okay. Yeah.
I say do that game 1 and game 2 of the preseason. And don't forget now, you're at practice with this guy.
Yeah.
And so you're getting to see him at practice, and you're gonna know even before the second preseason game which one of these guys you need to start week 1 with. You're gonna know it. Like, you're gonna see how the offense responds under their leadership, how the team responds in the locker room under their leadership. You're gonna know it. And so I don't see any reason. One of the things even Coach Prime said, if you want to mirror it to what's going on in Colorado, because Juju being the heir apparent, but quarterbacks were brought in that could play and sling it and were given the competition. The whole goal with the competitive spring was to go into August knowing who the starter is.
Right.
Like, we're not going to have 3, 4, 5 practices trying to figure out who the starter is. Day 1, this is who started. And we've been to practice all of August with that person getting ready for Georgia Tech. And I think shave off 1 or 2 preseason games, the the Browns have that same scenario that they don't have to test this out week 1 or 2 and then figure it out. They can have that thing figured out before the season starts.
Right.
And like I said before too, Chico, I ain't pocket watching count nobody money. But when you running $1 billion organizations, $1 billion operations, I'm talking annually, you done lost 40 million before.
For sure.
It might not have been in one spot, but you done had a $40 million, which is, oh man, we got it down. Like they didn't buy the number of hot dogs we thought they were gonna buy. We got to write that off. Like it, just bite the bullet and do it, man.
And then it helps your team also around your quarterback because whether it's the receivers, the running back who gets the handoff a little bit differently from this quarterback, the center who snaps it like this, and the hand placement of this quarterback is a little bit different. You want to have all that stuff in sync when the season starts instead of having people adjusting to it on the fly, so to speak. So,
yeah,
get your quarterback.
And,
let it be known in the preseason.
Add in voice to that too, Chico. I got to learn this guy's voice. I got to learn his cadence. I got to learn how he talks in the huddle.
His cadence, yep.
And we got to remember, it's the reason Houston Texans traded Deshaun Watson. Like you can't. One thing we got to remember: his payday was not a byproduct of performance. His payday was a byproduct of that's where the market had reset.
Yeah.
And I say the same thing about these next quarterbacks, and when their deals come, they may not be better than a Dak Prescott, but Dak's deal reset the quarterback market, and that's where people's numbers are going to be starting at, in and around that. And so just because they get it don't mean they were worth it. That's just where the market was. So I understand there's some, some reminiscing of who Deshaun Watson once was, but he wasn't all that before he stopped being all that. And I've yet to see if he is back to all that after the injuries in the rehab. But it's been at least 2 full seasons since we've seen him play a game.
There we go. Last time we really seen was 2020 with the Texans. Amazing year, 33 touchdowns, 7 INTs, 112.4 QB rating. But since then, no more than 7 touchdowns in the season for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, so whoever say he better, okay. Let me know that strain of kush you smoking so we can get us some.
No, you keep that over there, big. Oh, I like what you said when they said they should put Deshaun on display in the preseason, call the best plays possible for him. Go into it knowing that these are his best plays. These are what we're going to call, to put on display for him. I don't think they should try to be vanilla at all in the preseason. Try to showcase everything and see what you got. That way, when you get in the season, you'll be ready to go and throw those haymakers, so to speak. And you know that you'll have those haymakers as opposed to just, trying it out. Then do everything you can in the preseason to showcase these guys at the quarterback position. But that guy that's going to put on the show, other than my dog, Shedeur Sanders, is going to be the other quarterback, Taylor Green. Taylor damn Green is going to light it up. Stay tuned. Don't forget I told y'all that. When y'all watch the preseason, he going to light it damn up. QB out of Arkansas. Watch
That's your guy.
That's my guy, dog.
I know. You
Behind Shedeur? What? That boy cold-blooded. I'm telling you now. He going to be the QB of the future somewhere, whether it's in Cleveland or not. He's going to be playing somewhere.
Only way he got a future in Cleveland is Shedeur Lee. They're too close to the same age to have a future in the same spot.
Well, we talked about that too.
I ain't mad at Shedeur Lee. I'm not mad.
Wake up, Captain, drop a super chat now. Morning run go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. Hey, runner, grab your coffee.